What's up, dog?
You're
You're.
what's up? What's up, Benny?
I'm keeping it real. How you been?
You are. You famously keep it real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like every time I see you, I'm like, yeah, he's keeping it real right now.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, because we mostly see each other at parties. I feel like
That's true.
we a lot of times we always see each other at parties, and I'm
We
like,
dap
Benny
up.
always keeping it real.
My thoughts on Wilfredo is that he always has the flyest outfits. You show up and it's like,
I do.
right now you're the incredible fit.
I
The
pulled
shoe-
up.
the
I
shoes
pulled up
match.
because I know this was gonna be
Oh shit.
recorded. So
He's like in Halloween mode a little bit.
I'm a little. It's the orange. You know what? And I think a lot of times orange has gotten the stigma that you cannot wear outside of Halloween, but not me.
I think in this particular instance, you've got the orange and black and the orange and green,
Yeah.
and those two color
Those color
combos are
combinations.
Halloween.
You know
But
what?
You're rocking it. I didn't think it was Halloween until
Yeah.
I
Another
really
color set that's been robbed. Red and green.
Does that look good if it's outside?
No, that's
of
that
Christmas?
outside of Christmas. I had this sweater the other day that was like, it was a really good one, but is it too Christmassy? You know, because it's not Christmas. It's just a sweater with those colors.
Right? Is it? Oh damn! Like do those colors go well together? In your professional opinion on style?
It's not professional at all. I just think I see it and I like it, and I'm like, I don't think of Christmas, but people think of Christmas. My point is, Christians need to stop taking everything away from us.
Well, okay. Then the other side of Christians is, of course, gay people.
Right.
The two religions are Christians and gays.
Right.
And the rainbow, similarly, is now
They've taken all the colors.
those motherfuckers took every color.
Yes. Yes. And we in the queer community are not giving it back, so you can't have it back.
That's right.
Yeah. That's right.
So if you wear a rainbow.
Yeah. If I was a rainbow, okay.
Oh no, not if you were a rainbow. If you wear.
Okay.
Not if you were. But it's like, dude, it's implied. It's implied that you're queer. That's like part of the idea.
I feel like by now, yeah.
By now,
yeah. I feel like, queer people have like really monetized the colors of the rainbow. We're like, or maybe that's just like companies being like,
No, yeah. I saw those Oreo ones, and I didn't know Oreo was gay. I should have known the double stuffing.
Yeah.
Folks.
Whenever I want people to know that I'm gay, I'm like, where's my color set today?
I bring Oreo. Yeah.
Where's my rainbow specific outfit? I'm like, I gotta let the people know.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I want people to know, I just very quietly never tell them anything about my sexuality.
Yeah, you just like, you'll find out. It's like you find out.
Yeah,
yourself.
I just pure masculine until and nobody ever asks.
Benny, you're just mysterious.
That's right.
You're just mysterious.
A man of mystery.
You're a man of mystery, and people like that.
And speaking of stealing, the goths in a way have capitalized wearing black.
They have.
And
sometimes I like an all black outfit.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm giving the wrong impression. All right? I don't listen to Marilyn Manson. Okay?
Right.
I don't. So, what opinion of me are you forming? And the trick is to not be perceived at all.
And how do you do that? How do
I do it? I just ignore it. I'm like, when I see a person, walking across from me and they like look at me, I feel like a lot of times our minds go to like, they're thinking something weird about me is off or something like that, right? Because they give me a look.
Yeah.
The trick is to think it's like, now they're probably appreciating what I'm wearing today.
That's because I'm
appreciating what I'm wearing today, so maybe they are too, and they're just putting on a face.
Yeah, if somebody walks past me and they're wearing something cool, if it's a welcome enough space, I'll say something positive. I'll try to be like, "Yo, hell, love that hat," and just keep going. You know what I mean?
I do that too. I'll be honest. I like.
Do you get that a lot? Do you get that a lot?
No,
like,
I tell people, I compliment people on like what they're wearing, like constantly. I feel like it's just a very very easy opener. You know what I mean? Because it's like the people's like, it's the kind of thing that like you yourself notice because you're wearing it, and you're like, I wonder if other people notice, and I'm like, I noticed.
Are you using it as a like? Because
a way in, kind of.
I was gonna say because for me it's like just a slap on the back as they're passing by. You know what I mean? It's just like, hell yeah, dog, and then I keep going.
Yeah.
And it's not an opener. It's fully a like. love what you're doing over there. Just want you to know it.
I feel like I do it for
Yeah.
both. I do it
Yeah?
for both. Yeah. Like I see strangers where I'm like, that's a nice bag, that's a nice coat, something like that, and then just like end it, keep walking. But like sometimes when I see like, I don't know, like someone I want to approach, or like even someone that I already know, where I'm like, what do I start with? Let me start with like a compliment. Like let me see
Yeah.
what you got going on right now. It's like, and then like let me
And
just throw it at you.
It's so easy. Like if I see you at a party, I'm like, all right, I'm excited to. Honestly, I'm like excited to see what today's look is. Do you know what I
For
mean?
mine?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Like I know if I see Wilfredo at a party, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna look shoes. Like I'm gonna look at every like item you've got on. So now I'm curious, what does style mean to you?
What does style mean to me? Style mean
Shit, fuck.
I don't know. It's like the most obvious way of expressing who you are. You know, you get one look at a person, and I feel like what they're wearing says everything, or mostly everything you need to know about them.
I think it says a lot of stuff. I was actually talking about this with Sabrina on the last one, just to because some people have the context of that and coming into this one, so I'll give you that a little bit. Where it's like, I would like to dress more in a certain way, but I feel like there's sort of a money element to it. A lot of your clothing, I can tell you got it like this vest. I assume you thrifted.
No, this is Marc Jacobs.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This vest is Heaven by Marc Jacobs, but the pants are thrifted.
Okay.
And my sneakers are just Dunks. They're Nike Dunks, but I get what you mean.
Right,
I would agree to that to an extent though, because like only because it's expensive doesn't mean that it's good.
Right.
There are a lot of expensive things that are shit. So can we curse, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have Tourette's syndrome.
You bleep that every time. All right.
No, yeah, you can absolutely curse. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Kike.
So anyway,
I'm just showing you how wide the door is. You can
the
say
wide
whatever
is
you want.
very.
Yeah.
It's the door is very wide. All right. So I get that, but no, honestly, it's about like having an eye for things. You know. Because I feel like I mostly shop at thrift stores, and like I pick up little pieces from like designer pieces or like something like that. Just like when I really like it, because it's like fucking expensive, and I don't got it like that. And like I guess some people got it like that. It's New York,
right? And
a lot of people got it like that.
And some people are using clothing as a flex and like sort of a class symbol. And I really dislike that.
Yeah, same.
But I when I see you, I don't. You're clearly not at doing that. Because you're all frumped up. Just kidding.
Yeah. I try.
No. Your clothing in no way is saying anything like. There's no rich people status symbol. It's
good.
It's elements of you've got thrifted elements and and you just have like a cool sweater that you got somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like you're wearing stuff that you like a lot. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's so different.
I think
than, I don't know.
that's the most important thing about like dressing up and like putting together outfits is like going with your instinct of what you like, you know? Because
you're all about instincts.
I feel like it took a lot for me to get here, you know, with my style. For years, I dressed like shit. You want to know how I dressed up in high school? You know,
Absolutely.
I was fucking emo.
Really?
Yeah, I was a scene kid.
Oh, I can see.
Yes,
that.
I had like
very
the
clearly
hair
see
straight. I went to a very white high school. I was very impressionable. I was like, I need to fit in somehow. Let me get in with the scene kids. And love them. Still very good friends with them. It was a phase though, for sure.
Well, are those people? Any of them still seen?
No,
I was gonna say that's like
no.
When,
Again, it's a phase.
Do you ever see somebody like a year later and it's like they were so seen, and then you see them and they're not even slightly seen anymore?
I'm sure if people from high school saw me now, they'd be like, "You are very different," and I'm like, "Yes, I found myself."
Can you also that's what? First of all, that's beautiful. But I'm also can you explain the difference between emo and scenester for both the viewers at home and also a little bit for my own brain? Because I know it's like scenester's more colorful.
It is.
It's like more poppy. I don't know.
It is. Yeah, that's how I would say it. It's like scene is like emo but gay. You know?
Oh.
It's a little more flavorful, a little more colorful. I feel like it's like I don't know. I feel like the difference is thin, but it's just, yeah, like you said, it's a little more colorful. But I used to be like, I used to dress very different. I used to like wear my sister's like jeans, like very tight jeans and like tight shirts and stuff like that, and like the hair. And then in college, I had this phase where I just like wore a bunch of ties. I would wear ties a lot and like button up shirts and stuff like that, and like suspenders. And I had a phase where I like wore a lot of sports stuff, and I got really into sports, but I would like kind of make it my own. Not like I wouldn't look like it's like, all right, he like,
This is
like,
a sporty.
Is it sporty?
Maybe not.
I think it's because it's like cut. Like it's a
like
vest.
Exactly.
It's not a jersey. It's a vest.
Yes, but you're wearing the vest without any sleeves under it. And so it looks more like a jersey.
Because I got these little twig arms and I like to flex sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what
Hell
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, team twig arms, bro.
That's what's up, dude.
That's what's up, yo. I used to work out and now I don't, but like I feel like it's still there. Something there's some, there's something there.
So okay, so I'm thinking. So style for you is expressing yourself.
Yes.
And what do you feel you are expressing? Like what element of yourself is going on there?
Oh man, wow, that's a good question. Because I don't know. I feel like it took me so long to get to figure out what I liked. And so I was kind of making this point that like for a long time there's such like a machismo culture in like Latin America where it's like there's a certain definition of a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like for the longest time that was like very pushed on me and stuff like that. And so like I went really against it. As you can tell, fucking in high school I wore my sister's jeans and my parents hated it. So I was doubling down. I was like, "Oh, you hate this? Let me go in even more." And it was just like, expressing myself more with clothes and like my queerness and stuff like that. So I feel like that's what I feel like before when I was younger, people really wouldn't recognize me as a queer person because I'm like I was very like I didn't know myself about that. Or I didn't know that about myself. And then the more I went on in life and kind of discovered myself, and I feel like that kind of was reflected in like my clothes and stuff like that, and people read that a lot quicker now.
You know, it's funny. I actually didn't know that you were queer. I actually
really
yeah which is I don't know. I thought you were just mad chilling.
I just thought you were mad.
I had to put at the beginning of the podcast. You'll have seen me put the puzzle pieces together when you said that you're queer.
That's so
and I was
funny.
like, oh wait, shit.
No, I go on podcasts to talk about queer people without actually being queer. Yeah. But it took a long time to like get there for me. Again because of like my culture and like just how it's kind of presented in my family and stuff like that, where like I do have queer family members who like just like repress that like within the family context. Like outside of the family they're like very out and about, but like within the family it's still like kind of like a thing that's like not talked about. And I feel like that's a lot of the cases in like Latin American families where it's like don't really talk about it,
Yes. Yeah, that's interesting. What you're from your family's
El
from
Salvador.
Latin America. Okay, yeah. And is that are like your parents came here, or did you come here at some point, or?
My parents did. So my parents met in West New York, New Jersey. It's a real place. It's in
Really?
Hudson County. Yeah, it's in Hudson County. It's literally west of New York. It's on the west side of the Hudson River.
Oh.
Yeah, so they met there, and so that's like the area I was like born and raised in. But they both moved here from El Salvador separately.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there like an El Salvador community there, or is it just?
Yes. There's a very heavy
family.
There's a heavy population, like heavy like Latinx population in North Jersey, like right on the other side of like the Hudson River. So I grew up only knowing like Latinx people, and then when I moved to South Jersey around high school, like it was very big culture shock for me because I was like, yo, I literally never had a white friend. And then I'm like, all my friends are white now.
I never had a white friend either. All my friends were just sort of orbs.
So you had no friends. Benny, you could just say you had no friends.
Powerful, ethereal beings.
Hey, we're here now, all right? You make your friends come do your podcast. So
well, how much okay, so you sort of reject the masculinity element of the Latin tradition.
Okay, so
or not tradition, but the
Mhm.
Latin. Do you embrace
Culture,
a lot
yeah.
of the other elements of the culture?
yeah.
like,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. I love my culture. You know,
I'm not a big fan.
I want to establish right now that I actually hate my country. No, I just went to El Salvador earlier this year, and it was just like such a different experience because I'd only really gone when I was a kid, and I went like 6 years ago, but I feel like I didn't really get to like truly experience it. But this time I did, and I met like I got so much family, dog. Like my mom has like 9 brothers and sisters, and my dad has like 13.
Damn.
So I got a shit ton
Like a
of
ton of
cousins.
cousins?
I got a
Yeah.
ton
Oh,
of
yeah.
cousins, and they all have like 2 or 3 kids.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I got a huge ass family.
Do you know all of them, or is it like?
Oh my god, I don't even know my aunts and uncles on my dad's side. Like
wow.
they got. Oh my god, I literally keep a notes app on my phone to like remember my
Spreadsheet.
aunts and uncles. Yeah, because they got names like Jose Wilfredo, Jose Dimas, and it's like they got like the same name. There's a Marina. Like they were really like scraping the bottom of the barrel with the names.
It's like somebody named John and then like Johnny.
Yeah, it's like John. It's like John Elliott, John Benjamin, John, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Where it's like
H.
you're
John
barely making a
Benjamin.
difference in the
Just put an
name.
H in there, dude. Yeah. Is it John H. Benjamin? H. John Benjamin? I don't forget the
John-
order.
I
That
don't know.
comedian
Can't
guy?
Can't tell you.
That's Bob's Burgers.
So I just want to point out that I'm not a tea person, and
Bengal spice.
Benny made me some tea, and my biggest fear is always taking the first sip.
Yeah, how's the
I
sip?
don't like hot beverages. It's
Warm?
sat around enough where I'm like,
Yes.
all right, I
Alright.
understand. I get this tea thing now.
I give him a little trick, which is just if it feels hot to hold the mug, if it's too hot to hold the mug, it's too hot to drink.
And that
know?
makes sense. And it feels like the obvious thing to think of, but I don't drink hot beverages. So I'm gonna say that.
What do you mean you don't drink you don't drink coffee?
Nope.
You don't drink,
No.
Really?
I don't drink coffee.
So
I don't like it.
no hot chocolate?
I don't get it. It tastes disgusting. It tastes nasty.
What are you talking about?
Coffee,
Yeah.
it tastes so bitter and it like makes your breath smell like shit.
That's true.
I feel like there's only negatives to drinking coffee except for the energy part,
say,
which
well-
is like the main drive for people to drink coffee. And I'm like, you know, you got tastier alternatives, right?
Well, such as what?
I had a yerba mate on the way here.
Okay.
Like,
I've had those before in like the can, but I don't entirely
Yeah.
know what they are.
in the can.
Isn't that tea?
Yeah, basically, but it's like cold tea. It's like cold,
Oh.
like caffeinated. It's like good. It's like my form of like an energy drink.
Would you drink a cold brew coffee?
No,
No.
no. It's again, it's
Damn.
the bitterness of it. I've had.
Well,
I've gone.
It's sweet coffee.
There's don't get me wrong, there's good coffee, and I know there is. I've been to Costa Rica on like an organic farm, and they have the best coffee.
Just
like,
put some beans
Costa
in your
Rica is like
mouth,
the best of the best, and I'm like literally getting it straight from the source, and it was like just like this little small cup of tea, like coffee, and I had it, and I was like, I get it. I understand this coffee thing now. But then for like the next hour, my leg was just like I was just like, this is too much. How do people do this?
Well, you might. Okay, but what if you had half of that cup?
If I had
You know what I
half
mean?
of that cup, maybe. But I'm
Or
like,
like,
if
is
I have
that
to force
espresso?
myself to like it, I'm
True,
like turning
true.
30. I
Yeah.
feel like at this point, I get an idea of what I like. And if it's like something like coffee where I've tried it many times, everyone thinks they got the best cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And they want to give me that cup of coffee and like really switch me to their side. And I'm like, no.
I think
I usually tell them, no, baby, I was born this way. Okay?
Yeah, I think the taste is funny. Where it's like, people are like, "What do you mean you don't like like I don't like tomatoes, for example?"
Okay.
And people are like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, it's not like I can be like, yeah, sorry, that was just I just had to get over it."
It was just a
It's
phase.
Like when I put tomatoes in my mouth, there is some chemical element of it that
Yeah.
like literally just like tastes super gross in my mouth, and I don't know what it is. And I like a
Is
lot
it
of
the
foods.
texture?
No, it's the taste of it. It like the texture is
Okay.
fine for me.
Because a lot
like,
of people
well,
don't
cooked
like.
cooked tomatoes are totally fine. Like if you cook it, they taste fantastic. I love pizza.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But raw
Alright.
tomatoes, I just like
I know people
don't
like that.
get at all.
I
Yeah.
know people like that.
Or it's like so famously like the cilantro thing, where it's like Some people
yeah,
say it
some
tastes like
people are-
soap. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
I don't see that at all.
No, I agree. But the thing is, I'm betting that genetic thing applies to like a whole bunch of other foods.
Mhm.
It's just like cilantro's super obvious, where it's like it either tastes good
Mhm.
or it tastes like soap.
Yeah.
And I assume it's like, if you look at like beans or something, I bet you
Mhm.
there's like 5 categories, and we just don't have them like hammered down real well.
Yeah.
His taste buds are probably like mostly similar. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I feel like I feel like I usually have cilantro with like tacos. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
And if I'm with someone and they're like, I don't know about cilantros, I'm gonna have like an Americanized taco. I want an American taco. I'm like, that's racist.
or they don't like cilantro.
That's racist. So that's usually
How-
the angle I
I
take.
could see it's racist saying I don't like I want to have an Americanized taco. What does that mean to you? Just no cilantro?
No, because Mexican tacos and American tacos are very different. Like
Really?
American tacos, think of like Taco Bell with like the like tomatoes and the
Okay,
like lettuce
amazing, delicious.
and like onions
Fantastic.
and stuff like that. But like usually with like Mexican tacos, it's like cilantro and like onions and like whatever beef or whatever. It's like a lot more simple. It doesn't need all that like lettuce and tomato shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Or like
And
sour cream or anything like that.
all the fillings are very
Yeah,
Americanized.
the fillings are
Gotcha.
yeah, the fillings are Americanized. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm. No, like you learn something new every day. You know, honestly, Benny, I challenge you though to like get outside your comfort zone and like fuck around and try a tomato.
I've had tomatoes.
I know,
It's
but
like
there's
the coffee
okay.
situation. Yeah.
Every few years, I do come back to certain things that I know I do not like.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
You do the same
just in
thing?
case, because like your brain, like maybe you're older. Yeah, right. It switches
Yeah,
sometimes.
It
yeah.
does. It
Yeah.
does. It's like there's something, I don't know. I don't want to spread false information out there, but I hear that like every 7 years your taste buds change or something like that. And yeah, it makes sense. I used to be
Yeah.
allergic to chocolate
Really?
as a child. Can you imagine
That's
a child
awful.
being allergic to
Oh my
chocolate?
God.
I used to get rashes on like the bottom of like my stomach if I ever ate chocolate. Yeah.
That's the worst.
Halloweens were the worst for me.
Wow. Would you
Just
trade?
everyone-
Would you trade the chocolate candy for like sweet candy?
No, okay. I get your
Barter.
logic here,
Yeah, yeah.
but I didn't celebrate Halloween.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that
It is
Like-
like my parents are a little bit, well, not a little bit, they're pretty religious. They're Christian, and they're just like, "Esa es cosa del diablo." That means that's the thing of a devil, you know?
You don't have to translate for me. I perfectly understood. No, I don't.
Okay.
You had to
For
translate
the
me. I don't
viewers
know
out
about
there,
Spanish.
I'm assuming that I'm like pulling
Fan
in
of the devil.
all your like, Latinx audience. Obviously, Wilfredo
right.
J. Diaz here. So
What does the J stand for?
Jose.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
it's
it's my
J
dad's
isn't
name.
inherently Latin, but Jose.
Jose is
Oh,
very.
yeah.
My parents have the most like Latin name. It's Jose and Maria.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was younger, did not celebrate. I never celebrated Halloween, and I didn't celebrate Halloween until I was like I think this was freshman year of high school, and I was just like coming home one day from like playing basketball after school, and it was Halloween, and like some kids from like my neighborhood, they were like, "Yo, Wilfredo, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Going home," and they're like, "Come trick or treating with us," which is like,
That's what's up.
14, 15, seems a little old to be trick or treating.
Yeah, but you can still do it.
But I'd never done it.
Oh,
So I
hell
was
yeah.
like, all right, my costume is a basketball player. I literally have a basketball with me. So I went trick or treating. And this was behind my parents' back, obviously, because if they knew, they'd be like, what are you doing? Like, you like celebrating the devil now? So you some sort of Satanist now? Huh? So obviously, I didn't tell them. But I kept doing it. Like, so every year, I was like, oh, I'm about this
I would go
Halloween
play
shit.
basketball, and then you would you the same outfit every year.
No. I would just like, I guess that was the moment I realized I was like, I think I like Halloween.
Halloween's the best holiday.
It is. It's the
every
dressing
single
up.
age. It's the best.
It's
like-
so fun.
It's like, okay, if you're a child, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You get to dress up and you get candy. If you're like that age, similar situation, but maybe there's like some alcohol involved.
There's like a social element to it where you like
Exactly.
start discovering that.
Yes. And then it becomes parties.
Yes.
And then when you're older, then it's you get to take your kids and do it.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a beautiful cycle of like, I think it's the best holiday.
It is. I for sure think it's one of the best holidays. I love Halloween now because I wasn't allowed to celebrate before, like in my youth. So I feel like I really double down on it now.
Yes.
Where I'm like, oh, like the later half of October, like it's fair game, baby.
Do you go all out for
I
costumes?
a lot of times I
Knowing
do.
You, yeah.
I have this
Oh, yeah.
one costume that I do every single year since 2010 or 11 or something
Okay.
like that.
That's cheating, but okay.
But the thing is, the beauty of Halloween is it's more than one night. I usually do more than one costume.
Right.
Is the thing. I
'Cause
told
can
you
do
I double
a party.
down.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're making up for lost years.
I
yeah.
am. I'm like I gotta keep up somehow. Like
Do you do multiple like really good costumes?
No, I do multiple like good costumes.
Okay.
Like not multiple like really great costumes.
Not like all
That's way
like,
too much
yeah,
effort.
but like pretty solid. Yeah.
But they're pretty solid. I would like to think. Like one year I did one of Frida Kahlo, and I just like had like I love making them like all from home from scratch. You know.
Yeah.
I hate the whole store bought shit.
Yeah.
I'm like I think that takes the spirit away from Halloween. You know what I mean? I'm like, it feels more capitalist when you just like buy a costume and throw it on. You know, I'm like, nah, the spirit of Halloween is doing it yourself.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's like, I agree with that, but then the other side is like, well, nobody's making their own candy. I guess
true.
But actually, that's not
fair.
entirely true because some people. Back in my old neighborhood, there'd be a place that would it was like the apple cider house, we called them, and they would brew a huge thing of apple cider in like really nice like spiced mold or whatever. Nice. And it's like instead of candy, they'd give you like the best apple cider you've ever had.
See?
And that's
that.
like, you know what I mean?
That is the spirit of Halloween.
That's what I'm gonna do when I'm older.
That's very
That's
nice.
like the plan.
So
shit, fuck.
The one costume that I said that I do every year, it's Wilfred. You know the show.
Oh yeah, the dog. I've seen
dog.
you in that outfit.
Yeah, you've seen me with the outfit. I do it every year because it's such a people pleaser.
I saw you in that outfit this past Halloween.
yeah, probably. I told you I put it on every year at least for like one night, cause it's
so good.
It's good, but it's
great,
also funny because my name's Wilfredo.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a clever little.
Wait, it's Wilfred.
It's Wilfred, but my name's Wilfredo.
I like that show. And then the first no spoilers, I guess, actually. But the way the first season ended, I was like, whoa. And then the second season, I was like, well, I guess it is like kind of, I felt like they undid kind of how the first season ended, but we don't.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
We don't have to get into
it. Doesn't matter.
Into the plot holes of Wilfred. But pretty good show. Overall, it's a people pleaser, the costume. People like it. Who doesn't like seeing like a big old dog, you know?
Good premise of a show.
It is a good premise of a show.
For people that don't know, everybody sees the one guy as a dog, and then but he sees him as a dog that can talk. Maybe it's a dumb premise.
Now that you lay it out like that,
put all my
it's a little more deep than that.
What's your best Halloween costume ever done?
Ooh, good question.
I'll think of mine as well. I got mine already.
What is yours?
Praying mantis.
A praying mantis?
Yeah, my mom helped me do it. It was like, she did the whole thing. I was in like third grade or something, and I wanted to be a praying mantis. And like, there's pictures, and I think it's so cool. And I spent the whole night like walking around like a praying mantis and stuff.
I love that. Getting into character. Truly, you get into that character of the praying. Who is this praying mantis? Who loves them? Who do they love? You know, where do they come
What's
from?
Their backstory?
What is their backstory? You know, it's like I'm gonna need more than just the praying mantis, Mom. I'm gonna need a whole subplot tonight. All right,
dude. We used to have a praying mantis, little nest bulb in our like a bush by our house, every year.
What it like attracts praying mantis or something?
No, we didn't make it. It's like the praying mantises made it. It's they like make this like bulb that's like an egg sac thing.
Okay.
That all of the baby praying mantises come out of. So we just had like a shit ton of praying mantises.
Is this what inspired the outfit?
No, actually, that was later.
Oh.
I would see.
You know what that is? You know what that is, Benny?
Manifesting.
That's right. That's right.
Do you manifest?
I would like to think I do. I don't know. I feel like a lot of life is just like not positive believing, because like there is like toxic positivity, but it's like believing yourself and believing you can.
Footnote: I do still want to hear your best costume, but we can go down this path a little bit.
True. Um,
I'm making him split his brain, thinking,
which is
turning
very
this direction, turning this direction.
which is very hard for me.
Spinning
I got
wheels.
ADHD, and it's very hard for me to just keep on one track, let alone two.
Okay, let's
Okay.
fully come back to Halloween
Fully come back
first,
Halloween.
and then we'll dive
Okay,
into
so
positive thinking.
I think my best Halloween costume, like visually, was the Frida Kahlo one because I think I like nailed
That's a great idea.
the whole like look. 'Cause it wasn't like the obvious Frida Kahlo paintings, you know. It was
Mhm.
like a little more. But anyway, I think I had a lot of fun making it, and that's why it's my favorite one. But I think a funny one that I had one year is Captain America, and it's basically I bought the uniform for the United States national soccer team. So I wore like the uniform, and I threw on like a captain band on
The
me.
captain of
And
the
I had like
American-
the Captain America shield and like the mask, so it was like Captain America.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was like a fun one that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm trying to think if I did any. I'm sure I did funny ones.
Yeah, funny ones are like
Yeah.
they're fun. They're fun to do. Where like people like when it clicks in the brain, they're like, oh, okay, okay.
I went as
like it.
this last year. I was White Boy Summer.
White Boy
And
Summer.
I dressed like Hawaiian shirt, and I did like whiteface.
That's funny. You're allowed to do that. You can do that.
I'm allowed to do whiteface.
Yeah. I think at this point everyone's allowed to do whiteface.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just not any other one.
That's
The
true.
other one's not good, Benny. Don't get ideas.
That's right.
Don't get ideas.
Fuck. In high school, not any black or brown face necessarily, but my friends, not my friends, my girlfriend in high school, her dad, like worked in Saudi Arabia for some stuff, and he had Saudi Arabian outfits, because you have to when you go there, you have to wear their garb,
Right.
And he let me try it on, and there's like a picture of me in it, and so
no.
I think that's probably okay, take it back. That's the my second worst one. The worst one I have is we did Mulan. We did the play Mulan when I was
okay.
either a freshman or a sophomore in high school, and I'm in Asian face. That's I'm like there's like photos of me with
this
my
is like
eyes
what,
drawn.
Elementary school, middle school.
No, high school.
Damn,
Yeah.
Benny, you should
No,
know better.
wait, I take that back. That's middle. That's 7th grade.
Yeah,
That's 7th grade,
because
that's
like
middle
I
school.
feel like at a certain age, it's on like the adults to kind of be like.
There's a cutoff point.
There
It's
is
like,
a cutoff
you know what I mean?
point. I feel like high school is a little bit like you should know better at this point.
It's 7th or 8th grade for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So like middle school, I feel like I'm like for a lot of kids it's just like unlearning stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like of their environment and because racism is taught, you know?
I'm gonna make the picture of the episode as me. I'm not gonna put that.
Listen, you basically gave your audience like a how to cancel Benny Feldman.
Yeah.
Like you're painting a picture for them and then they're gonna find that picture.
I think it's very funny that it exists in a certain sense. It's not good that it exists, but
No.
it's conceptually funny. But sorry,
Right.
you're saying?
Oh, I was just saying it's on the adults to kind of,
that's
you know,
not-
because kids are hella impressionable and they don't like a lot of times they don't know better, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not excusing racism, but definitely like
That's the blame there. I don't take. I go. I think that was someone else's doing there. Wait. Okay, so then we're gonna switch to positive thinking.
yeah.
Speaking of being racist. So I'm personally not at all spiritual or believe in that sort of thing, but I do think that not karma in the sense of cosmically, but karma in like, if you're nice and kind to people, that
Yes.
they will be kind to you. I don't know.
I'm the same way.
But not you're not supposed to do it for you're not supposed to be kind to people expecting some sort of
Right. It's not supposed to be self-serving.
transaction.
Your kindness
Exactly, yeah.
isn't self-serving. It's not transactional. Right. It's like just be a good person to be a good person.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
like life just so happens to like bring it back to you, great.
Beautiful.
But if it doesn't, that's not on you. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Like, part of the way I see it is like if you write a message in a bottle or something, you throw it in the ocean. I'm not expecting somebody to reply to that one,
Right.
but I'm hoping that other people in the world are writing messages in bottles, throwing them in the ocean. I'm promoting littering. So then, if I find one, you know what I mean. It's it's not related to the fact that I did it,
Right.
but it's like, you know, the more people that are doing sort of positive things on average, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. I think that a lot in life sucks. There's a lot of things that suck in life, and people go through a lot, and it really sucks. But I think it's important to feel whatever you're feeling and like learn from it, but like try to stay positive after, not don't dwell on it, because it is important to like recognize what you've like felt and gone through, but to just like make it your entire life it's not a good thing. It's gonna destroy you. You know what I mean? So, you know, just be positive. Just be nice to people, dude. Just be nice to people. I like to be nice to people, and I feel like, you know, I'm a human being. I'm not always nice, you know. Earlier, fucking
boy, do I know. No, I'm just kidding.
On my way here, a bike almost hit me. When I was getting off of the bus, and like my first instinct was to be like, "Yo, watch it, Devo," because he was wearing some like goofy ass helmet that like looked like a cone type. But I was like, just keep it to yourself. Like, why this? Like, you get nothing from it. I get nothing from like insulting this man that almost hit me. He didn't hit me.
That's true.
So like,
here's a thought. Maybe insulting him is a negative energy, but telling him to watch out, even like that actually could be a positive element.
It is, because you're informing people. It's like, hey,
exactly,
be aware of your surroundings.
Right. So sometimes if somebody is messing up, being like, yo, you're fucking up, is actually the kind thing,
right? You know? Yeah, I have trouble with that because I feel like I'm not like so confrontational. Sometimes I can be too passive, where I'm like, yo, yeah, that person's an asshole, but this is their life that they're living.
Yeah, that's
and
true
if this
too.
is how they want to live their life, that's not my problem. I don't fucking know you.
It does also suck to scold strangers.
Yeah, like, right? I'm just like I don't want to take that energy around with me. Like, sure, this thing like that just happened sucked, but like, you know what sucks more? Fucking harping on it. Yeah. And just like,
this is the bike lane. Like, I don't know, dude, or I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not going to go full Karen on you because like you almost hit me. Like you didn't hit me. So like
No. But it's like, you know, what do you think is a situation in which you would go Karen on somebody?
Like full on seeing some, I would like, I don't think I've been put in a situation where I'm like, all right, I need to step up because like no one else is. But I'd like to think that I would. I don't know, like seeing, I don't know, someone get harassed or someone like, you know, I try to be like that, like person where, like, let's say, all right, situationally, like, you know, the other day I went to the bar with my friends and like my sister and all them. I was mostly with women, right? And they just like kept being hit on by creepy dudes. And if I like see it in their face that like they want out of the conversation, I'll just try to like maneuver my way to like physically block them from speaking to them, and I'll speak to them. You know, it's like the little things where it's like, all right, like it's helping.
Subtle gesture.
It's subtle. It's subtle gestures, but
and there's no fight that has to occur. It's just
right.
Sort of
Yeah.
Slide in, scoop in the way.
I'm just like not too much of an aggressive person where I'm like, I don't think I could just like full on be like, yo, dude, you're being fucking creepy. Get the fuck away. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm a bit confrontational.
You're confrontational? Yeah. I admire that though. I admire that. Like my roommate Eric. You know Eric.
Eric, hell yeah.
You'll get to know
Shout
Eric.
out Eric.
Shout out to Eric Yates. Like I admire that he can be confrontational and like can like call people out on their shit. He calls me out on my shit all the time, and I'm like, I admire that. My approach is like I talk to him. You know, I just talk to him differently. We just have like very different styles of speaking to each other, but like I feel like we balance each other out in that way. You know, I admire that. I'm like, it's not me, but like that's cool that you could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I try not to, but if a stranger insults me or something, I will be like, the fuck did you say? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But then I'm not actually going to fight them or anything. Yeah. But they're also not going to fight me.
I will say, though,
if they're going to fight me, I'm like, you're nuts. That's like illegal.
Right.
But it's like
whoa. This just became
You know
extremely illegal, and
You know
I'm
what I mean?
backing away
and
from
I'm
it.
kind of banking on that, where I'm like, it's like, dude, I've got the full power of the law behind me. Are you gonna like
Like-
tag me, dude? Like,
Right.
We live in a police state, brother. Like,
It's
haven't
like,
you heard?
You feel,
Like,
you feel protected by the law.
yeah, but it's like in the context of like people can't beat you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
It's
that
true,
you're- like,
but
you
they
think-
will though.
they will though. You do have to be
You-
careful. You have to
You have
measure
to be
a
careful.
situation.
That's what I'm
but it's
saying.
like,
Like people will. People are crazy. I don't
People are
know if you've
crazy.
seen, but people are crazy.
depending on their vibe, if somebody were to like insult me and I'm like, that person would actually attack me,
yeah.
I am like,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
see ya. You know,
Pick your fights. Pick your battles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say though, if I was like physically bigger, like if I had muscles,
you'd be more competition.
I'd be more confrontational. I think it'd push it out because I'm like, I can fight. Like I'd be like, I like scanning. Like I could do it. I could beat him up if I needed to. I wouldn't.
I'm never like, if somebody were to start a fight with me,
Mhm.
if you fight back, you're also in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's like I
Yeah.
would like do my best to escape.
Oh,
Like,
true.
you know what I mean? I'd be
Yeah.
a little, and like, not to be, I mean, to be like a coward. I'd be
Yeah.
like, look, dude, I'm not going to jail.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's like I have like no stake in this fight. I'm not gonna physically fight you. I'm running the fuck away. Absolutely. I don't think it's the cowardice thing to do.
It's
Like,
like, the
what are you trying to
only-
prove by like beating this like other person up? Like,
I would try to deflect all their blocks, Matrix style.
yeah,
I'd be like, no.
that's a good move. Kind of like self defense.
Sorry.
The only fight I'd ever been in, really, is like a fight that I had with my cousin when we were kids, and I don't even remember what it was over, but we like threw basketballs at each other, threw skateboards at each other.
Damn.
And like the thing that I remember most about it is like how like shaky I was, like I feel like for me when that adrenaline hits, I get mostly shaky. And I'm like, oh, I cannot win a fight, Like that was a learning moment in my youth where I'm like, yup, fighting is not the option for you, Will.
I think the thoughts are, if it was legal, I think I would have been in more fights. I think I would be. I think I would have not. I don't know if I. I'm not saying I'd win them,
Right.
but I think I would have.
You'd have gone down.
Attempted more. I've punched people before. Like I've like.
Yeah.
But then it just like didn't turn. Like when I was younger in like school and stuff.
Right,
like,
right.
I've gotten into like mini
Tussles.
altercations that didn't become full fights.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then you go to the principal's office or something. But it's
Right.
like, if when I was older that was still allowed, I think I would. I'd probably be dead. Somebody would have like gotten like one good punch and broken my weak ribs or something.
I think the thing that I would be most afraid of is like losing my teeth. I don't know why, but I'm like, that's what I'm afraid of the most. Is like if I get punched in the mouth and lose a tooth, where do I go from there? You know,
for sure.
I can break a bone and it will heal eventually. Hopefully, I think it will. You can't heal a broken tooth. You can't heal a tooth that is literally lost from your mouth. They don't grow back after a certain point.
But you can get like a one that you put in or whatever.
But you always know.
You always know.
But you always know. Listen, I don't have like the greatest teeth. You'll know. You see that tooth, you'll know.
I'm also.
And I'll like pop it out and be like, I knew it. I knew it.
I'm talking big shit for somebody that's never actually gonna have that chance or be able to do it. I'm like, yeah, I'd get into fucking fights, but I'm like, I don't know if that's true. I feel like I'd immediately die.
Yeah. I don't believe in my abilities to fight at all. And I feel like if I were to get in a fight, the one thing I would be like, not the face. Like I would very much try to protect the face.
Not the bag.
Yeah. It's like, no, this is vintage, coach. Please don't.
I was gonna say, people. We haven't talked about Philly much.
Yeah.
And, that's actually that's how I know you.
Yeah.
And Eric as well.
Yeah, we've known each other for years.
Yeah, and I forgot to introduce you. Yeah, I'll introduce you at the 45-minute mark. This is Wilfredo Diaz, a good friend of mine from Philly.
Yeah.
People view Philly as a tough town.
It is, because it is.
It is, and it's like, people there on the street will fight you. Like if you said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. If you said the wrong thing.
If you said the wrong thing.
I feel like for the most part, at least my experience in Philly, I didn't live there for too long. I lived there for a few years. But with my experience, I noticed that minding your own business goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like just growing up in the city in general, it's like that's how I kind of play it for the most part. It's just like I just mind my own business, you know? Like people in the streets acting out, you know, going wild. And like that's crazy for them. Couldn't be me. You know?
Do people in Philly would they give you shit for what you would wear? Because I was actually often concerned that I couldn't dress a certain way.
That's an interesting point. I feel like once I moved to New York, I did get a little bit more bold with what I wore, you know? And back to like kind of like the masculine, feminine kind of thing, where I feel like a lot of my wardrobe is like kind of like a mixture of both. I like to add like feminine pieces to what I'm wearing and like masculine pieces, like kind of like balance it out and stuff like that. But point being, like, I have some skirts. I like to wear skirts.
Right.
Skirts are nice. Long skirts, very lovely. Right?
I would, yeah.
But I don't think I would do that in Philly. Not that it's not like a gay-friendly city, because it is.
But parts are not.
But parts are not. Right. So it's like, you know.
You want to go into certain neighborhoods. It's like.
Right. Fuck around and find out.
Wear a skirt. You would be like. Killed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or like, and I'm
not killed, but like you would
be
harassed, something, some sort, you know.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm making it tougher than it is in my head. I'm like, because I don't know. I'm like, I never like, I wanted to dress more in a certain way.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of talking about in the last episode a little bit. I'd love to have like a big sun hat, or something, and like, you know, more gardeny, more yellows and stuff.
Yeah.
But I often felt like, you know, people would view that as queer, and then you know,
like make assumptions and stuff,
you know, and then do something about it, you know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Welcome to being queer.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, that's the thing where it's like
gay people are
when
so brave.
People when people read that, yeah, like people have a problem with that sometimes.
Right.
But I don't know, in Philly, I never really had a problem. I live in South Philly, like right on like Tasker and Broad, which is like, first of all, really great location. Boy, do I miss paying $350 for rent.
Yo,
like,
I paid
what?
$400.
You heard it right. Like fucking $350 for rent.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I know.
Tasker, is that part of the Italian market?
No, remember the Dolphin?
Oh yeah,
literally right there. It's like right down the street.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know South Philly that well.
But that area was like, you know, it's pretty good. But for the most part, I guess I wasn't really too worried about like the way that I dressed and stuff like that. But it was definitely something on my mind, and it still is something on my mind sometimes. Where, all right, that trip that I went to El Salvador, I was packing. I was gonna ask about that. Yeah. I was packing for that trip, and I was like legitimately looked at my closet, and I was like, how gay do I want to go?
Yeah, because how homophobic is El Salvador itself? Is that like?
Again, it's like a country that I haven't been back to in a very long time. So like, I don't really know. You know, I just like know from like my family and like what they think. You know, so like I feel like I like to like test the waters a little bit. You know what I mean? And to be honest, I'm not like fully open to like a lot of my family.
Right. And that would have been a big.
That would have been like a whole thing, right?
It's also some countries it's like literally illegal,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? Right. I don't know El Salvador, but
no, it's legal. But
it's legal? Okay.
Actually, I don't.
Shit, fuck. You're not sure about that?
Yeah.
It might not be like one way or the other. It might be like.
I haven't looked into it, but I should. I'm a dual citizen. I have citizenship there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So. If any shit ever goes down here, I could fucking piece the fuck out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I got my parents' home down there. It's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's nice. It's a nice place, and like if I wanted to, I have that option. So
that's awesome.
What's up?
Come visit. Oh yeah, the video fucking freezes sometimes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what to tell you about it.
Let it be.
Every episode the video freezes for like a big solid chunk of the video.
We're still vibing.
Because I'm running like the QuickTime on the same computer that I'm running the other shit, so it just like gives up at some point. I don't know what to.
Hey, we all give up at a certain point, but it's just
what am I gonna do? Up. Fix it? Who gives a shit?
I don't. This is just my episode. It's whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, it's frozen for every single person.
It's fine. Yeah. No, I didn't take it personally, so whatever.
It's gonna be like. I should have some sort of like planned riff element for like a big button I click that's like video froze that like I play every time.
How do you feel about those like type of like kind of like a radio-esque type of like video froze type of?
I'd say it depends on the context, but I assume most of them are corny. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But like sometimes they're like
sometimes they're
fun
funny.
corny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's like a charm to it.
It depends on the vibe. It's like a lot of those radio shows are like super just like two broy dudes. It's like the wrong vibe, and they're like playing like noises. It's like I don't know, man. But out of that context, I feel like that's a big context for it. But out of that, maybe it's
just make it
fun.
Silly, Benny. Make it your own. You're still a silly guy. Benny, you're a silly guy. That's what I love about you. You're so silly. I love that. I feel like that's my zhuzh,
You're silly.
Yeah, I feel like I'm so silly. I feel like a lot of my bits are just so stupid, and they're just like so silly. So
when I've seen you perform here, it's been in a dog outfit, and you're like giving out gifts to the crowd or something.
Yeah,
and you're like,
it's fun. I like audience participation. I like doing crowd work. It's fun, but I feel like because I'm not a stand-up, I feel like I have to have a reason to with a character.
Why don't you do stand-up?
I've tried it before, and it's fun. I just like like a lot of people who start doing stand-up, like you haven't figured out your voice and stuff like that, and like what you want to talk about. But I feel like I have so much more fun doing sketch and improv. I feel like I'm like, if I'm having so much fun and doing this, and I'm not having fun doing stand-up, that's fine. I don't need to do stand-up. Like, sure, I'll get booked on shows less because of like they're like, oh, we're looking for stand-ups. That's fine, whatever. I'll find a show to get booked on. I'm not trying to change myself and like my style of comedy to do something that I think that I don't even like.
Yeah.
Like, I had fun doing stand-up, but I'm not necessarily sure that I'd even like it. But I love doing sketch. I love getting like lost in these characters and shit.
Yeah.
So,
what if you did character-based stand-up?
That's a good point. I never thought about that.
It's like kind of solo sketch.
I mean that's basically what my character bits are, I guess. Which is like,
I don't know. What do you just call it? Just call it stand-up.
Just call it stand-up.
Yeah. If you're doing a solo character sketch.
Yeah. I do like
this is stand-up.
Yeah.
You know
true.
what I mean?
True. Yeah. But sometimes at open mics when you like full on get on stage with a costume, everyone's first thing. I don't know open mic there.
People do that.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it lands well. People are excited.
All right.
I think especially at certain mics, people are excited to see
something different.
And new.
Yeah.
That's
a good point.
You should do it. You should.
I'm gonna do
it.
that. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do that more. But point being, wasn't the stand up wasn't for me. So
solo talking wasn't for you. It's not. You like a sillier idea.
Yeah. I like a sillier idea. I have more fun with a sillier idea.
And you guys, Wilfredo, one of the first times I ever saw you perform was the improv group where it was everybody speaks Spanish except for one white guy.
Yes. So our improv group was called Que, which means what in Spanish, if y'all didn't know. One of the easier words, so should have figured that out by now. But so basically, yeah, it's exactly what you described. It's like we all do improv in Spanish, and except for one white guy who is in almost every scene, we like to keep it almost every scene and not every scene.
Okay.
Because we don't want to we don't want to highlight the white guy.
Right.
We want to highlight everyone.
Yes.
Right. But you would be surprised. Like, we did that show for a while.
Because it's not a gimmick.
It's not a gimmick.
It sounds like a gimmick, and it is sort of the gimmick to get your foot in the door.
Right.
But the improv is funny.
Thank you.
Because you guys are so physical, and like I get what's going on.
Right.
Even though you guys are like speaking Spanish, I'm like, I understand that they're fishing right now, and that the fish is too big or something.
Yes.
Like I get it.
And
it's like,
a lot of that has to do with the team. They were so
Yes.
good. I think everyone really held their own, and it was just a team full of strong improvisers. The only difference is that we did it in Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so
for crowds that predominantly speak Spanish, or what would you think?
Honestly, I
audience
don't
was,
know.
as
A
you
lot
said?
of times it was like mixed because it's like
The
Spanish
only-
is one of those. It's like the United States is like unofficial language. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I feel like a lot of people can pick up on the gist of what's going on, and like a lot of times it's enough to like get it. And it's so great because sometimes when you get that like Spanish speaking crowd and we're saying jokes in Spanish, and when those jokes hit, it's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. I'm like, yes, this was for someone in the crowd. They got it. Like
if you're making like a super specific reference or jokey, like linguistic joke, that only lands in the Spanish, I'm missing that one. You know
right. But again, it's like, at the end of the day, it's not for you.
No,
you know?
It's not for me. Yes.
Yeah, but it kind of is for everyone, though. Like that show, it's not for you, but it's for everyone. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What the guy? Was it tough? Cause like, so okay, the one guy doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah. Bobby Hayes, which was we're no longer a team because we all moved to different states and different cities and stuff. But maybe I might bring it back. Who knows? But at the time,
in New York.
Yeah, I could. But again, it's like. You gotta find the right improvisers. You gotta be the right team, because that's what was like so special about last time. It was like it was a great team, and like we all read each other very well. But
who else was on it? Give me some shout outs.
Bobby Hayes was the white guy, so it was me, Christina Anthony, Letitia.
Oh, the video's back. What's that video?
Oh, sick. Oliver De Luz, Alejandro Morales.
Hell yeah.
Jolie Darrow was on it for like a second.
Jolie speaks Spanish
fluently. Yeah, it surprised me. Yeah.
Wait, where's Jolie? How?
Yeah. She helped me and Christina produce it when we first started it. It was the three of us producing it, and then she moved. So like, yeah. So
I guess she moved to New York, and then when I moved to New York, she moved away. So we didn't overlap in New York at all.
We overlapped for like a quick second, yeah. But we were under pandemic, so like no shows were going on or anything. So like we literally just met to like walk her dog in the park, and it was so nice. It was so lovely. Jolie Darrow was great.
Yeah, it's like I was like, how does it didn't line up? You know what I mean? It's so funny.
Yeah.
And so I meet people. And I'm like, oh, I'm from Philly. Like, oh, you know Jolie? I'm like, yeah. Wait, I guess she's gone now. What the heck?
I know. I was upset. I hate when my friends leave New York. Because I'm like, I just got here. Yeah. Like, let's have some fun before you leave.
What if people just go to LA pretty much, it seems
I know. Yeah. A lot of people going to LA, which is fine. They can have them. Yeah. It's whatever.
Yeah.
We have plenty of good talent here in New York.
We're almost at an hour, by the way. I don't know if you have...
That's sick.
If you want to do any plugs, keep going. What are you feeling?
I'm down for... to be honest, I don't really have any... Red Panda show, that's coming up.
That's Eric's show, right?
That's Eric's show.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be on it doing a character bit. It's going to be a fun bit.
Oh.
I think so. It's a fun bit.
When you say character bit, you solo character bit?
Yeah.
That's stand-up.
Shut the fuck up. Is it? I don't know. I guess.
It can be a character bit. It's not necessarily. It's like, it's a blurred line. It's like,
it is a blurred line. Yeah. It is a blurred line. But it's going to be fun. What day is it? It's March. It's at BCC. It's called the Red Panda Show, and it's at the end of March. Look it up.
Google that
Don't
shit.
Be lazy.
Follow Wilfredo on social media.
Yes, Wilfredo J. Diaz on everything.
And everything?
On everything. It's very easy. It's the J. That's the trick.
Oh,
it's
damn.
The J.
Get the middle name.
Yeah, Wilfredo Diaz is actually a very common name. Many people come up to me when I meet them. I introduce myself. I'm like, my name is Wilfredo, and they're like, oh wow, what an interesting name. I've never met any. And I'm like, I literally have like another cousin named Wilfredo. Like I know so many Wilfredos. It's a pretty common name.
That's interesting. Yeah. It's like different.
It's just different
regions.
Circles. Yeah, different regions, different circles. So I
met
get it.
one other Benny in my life.
Really?
I met a ton of Bens and Benjamins and Bennetts and Benedicts.
Yeah.
But like no other Ben. Like there's not a ton of like Bennetts and Benedicts, but they like when I do, they go by Ben or their full name.
All right, we're gonna do a full name drop right now. Benny.
Benjamin Eli Feldman.
Benjamin. So it is Benjamin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Benjamin.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty common.
But I go by Benny, and
not a lot of people do.
No, and I'm like, they should. It's a great name.
They should.
I like it a lot.
There's something about the Y at the end that like a lot of people drop into their adulthood. I'm not gonna lie. I dropped it.
Wait, what would you go by?
Well, my family calls me Willie.
Willie?
Willie. Yeah, Willie.
That's awesome.
Willy. Willie.
Ah.
So.
Willie's also.
I dropped it because it's like only my family calls me that. Like literally only my family calls me that. And they call me Will. That's why my Twitter and Instagram name is Wheel. because that's how my parents pronounce it. Wheel.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Do you ever like do you have friends that know you as just that and like
Wheel?
Yeah, because I went by like Ben for like a year, and so I've got some friends who then I met all the friends I met that year call me Ben.
Gotcha.
As opposed to Benny.
No, it's like, again, only my family. It's like only my family that knows me by that, and like if anyone else does, it's probably like a family friend or something like that. So like they call me like Willy or Will or Willito. It's also another one. Willito, which is like ito is like it's like a little like suffix that you add when it's like referring to like a child or like a young one,
like Willy boy kind of.
Yeah, like little like little Willy.
Little Willy. Hell yeah.
Yeah. But that's all like family though. Like everyone else, when I first started doing comedy, I was like, it's Wilfredo.
Yeah.
It's Wilfredo.
That's a good name.
I was very
like the sauce.
Boy.
Yeah, that's how I introduce him, and he hates it
every time.
People go, "Oh, Alfredo," and I'm like, "That's right."
When I first started doing comedy, actually, a lot of people in my life did not refer to me as Wilfredo. Like, most people knew me as Will, W-I-L. And when I was doing comedy, I did an open mic, and I put Will Diaz, and I was like, I hated that. I hated that introduction. I was like, no. It's Wilfredo. Because there's something about, like, it feels like it's very, like, Americanizing my name, you know? Or, like...
People know Wilfredo, too. Like, they can still say that.
Yeah, it's not, like, a difficult name, but you would be surprised.
What do people say? How do people mess that up?
Oh my God! I've got Alfredo. I've gotten Wilfred.
Alfredo, like the sauce.
I've gotten Wilfredo before. That's like terribly off. Like, what is that name?
Is an R in there?
Yeah.
I've gotten Benny. People call somebody called me Benny Felderman, like my old soccer coach. And
Felderman.
Like, there's no ER. Like, maybe did you know a guy that had that name? Like and it's not like he was doing a bit, because he like kept writing it on like formal papers and stuff. And I like I don't know, like I don't know, like it's like my soccer forms and stuff. I was like, dude, there's no ER in my name. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. People, they're like, if it's not like a very American name, they're not really gonna try to remember
Feldman's pretty American. That's pretty easy.
That's pretty easy.
That's Americanized. It used to be Waldman.
Sometimes I just wish my first name was as simple as my last name. Diaz. How can you fuck up Diaz? D-I-A-Z. Very easy.
Yeah, but I mean,
people don't fuck it up.
I can fuck that up pretty easy, I think. People don't fuck up Diaz?
No, people don't fuck up Diaz. Respect. They got respect on the name. That's right. That's right.
Folks, I've got no respect on. I'm respectable, Fredo.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel respected.
And you should too.
Mutually.
By following him on social media and around. Just follow him around.
Follow me around.
He's Wilfredo J. Diaz in the streets. And you can find him.
And Willie in the sheets.
It's a small Willie in the sheets.
Oh! It's decent size.
That's part of the style.
That's part of my style.
That's part of the style.
That's what I do.
It's part of the fit. Damn, son, this fit goes relaxed.
This fit goes.
Yo, check out the fit. Yo, show him the shoes. You already showed him the shoes. Show him the nails. Look at that. With a little runway going. Check out these nails. Boom. They're like silver. They're sick as fuck.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Good to see you.
This is fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I get all my good close Philly pals first.
Yes.
And then,
yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Make you know.
That's the gang. That's
get
the
those
squad.
Fuckers out of the way.
Yeah. Every time we see each other at parties, I get so hyped. Every time I see you at a party, I'm like, "Fuck yeah, Benny's here."
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I know I have like a rock that I can talk to.
Yeah. It's something so comforting about that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just gonna keep saying bye and then. All right, folks. Thanks for